Hello neighbor, this is Curt with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at the Thule Verse hitch bike carrier and we're going to see how it works with our 2025 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. So the Thule Verse is a wheel-mounted platform hitch bike rack that has two contact points. We're going to have a post here with a hook that will come and clamp down on your front wheel, along with a ratcheting wheel strap in the back with a pad on it to help protect your wheel. The rear wheel cup is going to slide back and forth to accommodate for those wider and shorter wheelbases. And Thule is known for having an excellent construction, and the Verse is no exception. It's made out of a powder-coated aluminum, and that's really going to help you out with that rust and corrosion resistance. Now, the Verse is going to be able to accommodate up to 60 pounds per tray. So that does accommodate a lot of the e-bikes that are out there in use right now as well. And there's some added security benefits to it. It will come with a cable lock. That cable lock can go in this port right here, and then the key for it goes right here. And it will be key-to-like to our hitch lock as well. Now, as far as how it fits on the Wrangler Unlimited, there's a few things that we should go over. Just because there's so many options out there for Jeep owners, from their tire size to the type of hitch they get, and so on. So a lot of the hitches that you can get for the Wrangler Unlimited put the end of the hitch receiver under the bumper or behind the edge of it. In that case, you know, this would end up being moved closer and things like that. This hitch that we have on here is a hitch from Draw-Tite. It's available here at etrailer.com, and what we found is that the receiver actually comes out further from the bumper than any of the other ones we tested. So this receiver here comes out 1 inch from the edge of the bumper, and that's what we'll be fitting it with. The other thing to keep in mind is the size of your tires, because you do have this spare tire mount in the back. The tire size we have on our Wrangler Unlimited today is 255/70 R18. But with all that being said, as you can see, there's plenty of clearance between the bike and the back of the vehicle. Even on a rougher terrain, this is in absolutely no danger of making any kind of contact back here. And like with any platform bike rack, there are going to be some visual obstructions when you have this in your hitch. One of the things is going to be out your rear window. Kind of depending on, you know, the size of your frame, you're going to see at least the seat and the handlebars, maybe more. As far as the tail lights go, those are fairly visible through the spokes of the wheels, but depending on your bike wheels, that may become less visible, as well as having a second bike on here might become less visible as well. Our license plate is also partially obstructed, and our rear view camera will be obstructed. Now, because of that, especially the rear view camera, it's a really good idea to know just what kind of footprint this is going to leave behind your bumper for when you need to get into some of those tighter spaces. So from our bumper to the furthest point on our bike rack, which is the end of this handle back here, we're just a hair under 41 inches. So that's a good amount back here that you're going to have to account for whenever you're backing into a tighter space or trying to parallel park. Another thing that we're going to take a look at is our ground clearance. So from the ground up, we are looking at 25.5 inches up to this point right here. That should be more than enough clearance for you if you come upon anything like a steeper incline. However, it is something to be mindful of because the bike rack does stick out a little further back. That does affect, you know, when you hit a steep incline, you know, how you might bottom out. But I would say that this distance, I would feel pretty good about it. Now, I had mentioned earlier, too, that this can accommodate bikes up to 60 pounds. So let's take a look at just what kind of lift you're going to have for that in order to get these up in the tray. So the tray closest to the vehicle, you're going to want to be comfortable getting your bike up about 29 inches in order to get it in there. And it's going to be at about 29.5 inches, maybe closer to 30 inches actually, to get it up on the second tray. So luckily, Thule does have a ramp available for the Verse. It is sold separately, but It's going to have attachment points at either end of the tray, both the driver and the passenger side, so that you don't have to worry about how you're parking in order to be able to use it. Now, we don't have an e-bike with us today, so we won't necessarily need to be using the ramp, but we are going to show you how to unload your bike off of the Thule Verse. We're going to start back here with the wheel strap by depressing this gray button. That's going to release our rear wheel strap, and we'll be able to feed it through the spokes and clear it out the other side. Once we've done that, we'll go ahead and grab our frame to keep it upright. We'll pull on this trigger here and clear the wheel hook out of the way. And at this point, we're able to take our bike down and we're ready to hit the trail. Now, the Thule Verse, even though it's made of aluminum, it still weighs in at about 58 pounds. So it's probably not going to be something that you want to be constantly installing and uninstalling just when you need to go on a bike ride. Luckily, it does have a stowaway position. We'll do that. We'll engage this handle here, pull it in and lift up against it, and it'll fold up a lot closer to the vehicle. This way we can significantly reduce that footprint that we have back here. So we'll take that all the way down to about 15.5 inches. Now that's a significant decrease back here, but it comes with a few sacrifices. While we had partial obstruction in our rear view camera before, now it's going to be completely blocked. Our taillights are also going to be a lot more blocked, although our license plate is going to become more visible. Luckily though, Thule does have a light kit that is available for the Verse. It can be used while it's in its stowaway position and while it's in its deployed position, so you can make sure that you're safe on the roads for you and for everybody else out there. So I would say that the Thule Verse is a really good fit for the Wrangler Unlimited. It does hug it pretty close when it's up here in its stowaway position, which I kind of like. The available light kit and the ramp I would definitely recommend, simply because of how high this sits off the ground and how much it blocks out when it's in this position and when it's in the deployed position. But if after watching this video you decide that the Thule Verse is the right bike rack for you and your Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, if you get it and you're able to use it a few times, please share with us what you think about it in the comments below. We would love to share your experience with other neighbors so they can make the best decision for themselves. Once again, this is Curt with eTrailer. Thanks for stopping by.